All right. All right, it's happening. So someone said that if the grain doesn't, if we don't get grain out of Ukraine and Russia is not allowed to dock in any ports. With the grain, there's going to be a food shortage, and it's going to start in 50 days. I think it's already started. But I think there's going to be a point where it gets so bad that even when grain is dispersed, you're still going to have mass chaos and mass starvation. You already see the uptick in people, becoming deceased because of gun violence. So we're already seeing that. We're seeing robberies are up. I just sold a refrigerator today to a guy who downsized. He got out of a big old house he was in, and he said, I need another fridge. So he has a second, fridge in his garage. And he said, his kid just turned 18. So he told his kid, he's like, look, you got to go to work. His 16-year-old is like, look, I'll go to work. They're like, we'll all pitch in. And he said, I had to do this because my wife was she was at work. She worked for a diamond seller, a jeweler, or whatever it is. And two guys walked in. One guy was talking to her, asking to see items. Another guy was, hanging back. And, then he caused a disturbance of some type. And she looked, and the guy in front of her snatched the diamonds right out of her hand. And when he did that, he took off running. So they fired her for that. And I told him, I said, they fired her because there's some weird protocol that she did not know about that they got her with. But Ohio is an at-will state. He said, you're right. They said that she should have held on to it, or she should have been so far back or whatever. And I told him, I said, God did your wife a favor. He said she's still shaken up about it, yada, yada, yada. I said he did her a favor because these guys are actually following people, to where they make deposits. Like, it's really getting bad out here, so you got to protect your neck. He said, you know what, you're right about that. So it was a good conversation between him and I, but I just wanted him to know that, for one, it's going to get worse. He said he downsized from his house. His house was costing him, upwards of $3,000 for the mortgage, big old 3-bedroom, blah, blah, blah. He downsized to a really nice apartment, but he's got his 2 kids, his 2 boys in the basement. And then he's got, him and his wife upstairs. And, he said that's what we had to do. He's not the only person who, makes a good coin, who I've come across, who has done this. They're like, forget the house. We don't want nothing to do with it. It's just too much. I'm saying all that to say this. People are starting to realize that the crunch is real. I mean, gas cost me $5.30-something a gallon today. That's the first time in history I've ever paid that much for gas. And it barely got me a quarter tank. So, yeah, listen, it's going to hit us hard. I went to the store today. I got some grub. I got a bunch of canned goods. I might even have to buy me a bug out bag. I have to take all my money out of the stocks because the stocks have all been falling. I got hit real hard this whole week. So I don't know whoever's in the stock game, but I'm totally bailing out because I got slaughtered in the stock. But I'll be all right. So yeah, I gotta pick up an extra job somewhere and do something because I can't do stocks anymore because they're just killing me. But not all stocks are down. It's just mine. I just lost so much money. It just hurt. It really hurt this time. It really did. Even today, I got stuck in a stock and I just got slaughtered. And the money I made off the fridge, all of that is already burned. So yeah. So listen, what to do? What do you need to do? If you guys have extra money, look, I think our money is not going to be worth anything pretty soon. It's going to be about what you can trade. I'm going to say this again for you guys. Get yourself plenty of water. Because when it ain't coming out the spigot anymore, yeah, that's going to be an issue. So yeah, get yourself some water. Get yourself some extra padlocks and stuff like that. Some of you have weapons already. I'm suggesting that more people get weapons. I might even have to register a weapon, which I really don't want to do. I really don't want to register a weapon. But I might have to. I might have to just go get me something small, some little handgun or whatever. Just something just to keep somebody, honest. Okay. So there's that. Then there's, what can you save up on? There are all kind of foods out there that last a long time. Start off with canned goods. Just buy extra stuff. Buy extra foods that are non-perishable. If you can, get yourself a generator. The best one, that you want is a portable generator, something you can pick up and, be out with. But if you can get a solar one, a small solar one, they don't cost that much. They're not going to run a big refrigerator all day. It's not going to happen. And they take a long time to charge. So, there's that. You may think, well, hey, as long as the sun is alive, I'll be. No, they take a long time to charge. And if you're down to just that, then you got to keep your panels, good. But you can get one. You can get a couple that are affordable. A couple people are going to try to nest in their homes. I think these are the days the Bible's talking about where it says that we're going to have to flee. You're going to see a lot of people left behind. Listen, when I say it's going to get bad, if things go the way I think they're going to go in the next couple months, it's going to be hard. And I had to get down and do push-ups today. I had to get down and stretch because I think I'm going to end up having to do some walking. So, you guys with children, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard with those children. They already ran out of milk. You gotta understand, if we don't have no wheat, then it's just a trickle down theory. And a lot of us, we ain't gonna go out and hunt. You know, how many of you gonna go down and hunt animals? How many of you know how to hunt animals? You know, you can't even catch a groundhog. How you gonna catch a full-grown deer? I'm talking about a deer that runs 40 miles an hour, even after you put an arrow in its chest. And if it's a buck, that deer will turn on a dime and come and kick your ass. Like, deers are no joke. And then you don't know if the deer is edible or not because, you know, it might have some diseases in it. Like, there's all kind of stuff that's wrong with deer. So you just can't chomp on deer. But a lot of people think, hey, I'm just going to go kill a deer. You have to catch the deer first. Then you have to know how to skin the damn thing and know what to throw away and what to keep. That doesn't come overnight, all right? Those skills aren't gained just off of YouTube videos, you know? Not to mention wild animals are used to running from whatever, and some of them, like I said, will turn on a dime and come after you. So there's just a lot going on. It's just not easy to hunt these creatures, and you can go out there and become the hunted. Don't forget, when you're in the wild, you're lowest on the food chain when it comes to predators, especially if you're unarmed. And even where people are armed, you know, a bear can smell you a mile downwind. Bang. There's that. A full-grown grizzly, Kodiak, black bear, 1 mile downwind, they can smell you. They run at 40 miles an hour. They track down deers. This is how many pounds? 500 pounds or so. I mean, they'll wipe you out. They're just strong, and they climb trees. So good luck with, I'm just saying, it's not that easy. Then you have wolves out there, and I know some of you think, oh, I'll just, with a knife, for one, wolves run in packs. For two, wolves are huge. There are some huge wolves out there, and they'll take you down in a heartbeat. There's no competition between you and a full-grown male or female wolf. There's not this, there's none of that. They run up on you, bite you, grab you, take you down, and then you're dinner. That's it. That's the way it goes. That's it. Their bite force is too great. Their speed is too great. They're too heavy. They're too thick. And they know how to take their prey down. It's not even close. So if you don't have a weapon, and even if you do have a weapon, like I said, they run in packs. So you could you could face down one wolf, and you might have a chance that you think you have something from Hollywood, but the truth is a full-grown wolf will tear you apart easily with no mercy. So, there's that. So as far as where your food is going to come from, I mean, you'd be looking at squirrels, pigeons. You might go rodents if you had to. I used to hunt squirrels and rabbits when I was a kid because we were hungry. So we went out and we ate squirrels, rabbits, pigeons, turtles, crayfish. Yeah, we got down like that. We knew how to gut them, pack them up, put them right in the freezer. We were good. That's what we ate because food stamps will run out on the 1st and the 15th. That's when you got them. But hell, on the 10th and in the 20th, we had no food, so we had to rely on other sources. And one day, we just went outside and was like, tag, you're in. So I had to make myself a bow and arrow. We went and bought a little cheap bow and arrow, and we just got busy. We had to turn back into Indians and track this food down. It's not easy, and I'm in my 50s now, so I ain't tracking nothing down. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you ever shot at a squirrel. I hit a squirrel dead on with an arrow. had a metal tip. It bounced right off that squirrel. That squirrel hit the trees and went bang, 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 and it was gone. So that's not easy either. One time we had a rabbit. We were hunting a rabbit, and my stepdad, who was a very fast runner, went around because he knew it was in the bushes, and it was a whole canopy that was there, and I was standing there with the, like this. So he ran out and circled around and ran the rabbit straight to me. And rabbit's coming to me. He was like, "It's coming, it's coming." A rabbit came towards me, and shapow, boom. That thing saw me, dipped, gone. There went our dinner. Now, we did happen to catch a few, but it's just amazing how fast these animals are. So they're just not easy to catch. Plus, we're used to just going to the store, and there's our animal. If we run out of food, we're already running out of food. It's not an if. It's we're running out now. There are some things in the grocery stores you're going to stop seeing. So that's already a thing now. And within the next, month and a half, if they don't stop the sanctions on Russia, you're going to see a lot more of it. And I'm going to tell you now, this war that's in the Ukraine was all about what they can do globally. Had nothing to do with anything else we're thinking about. It's all about starving the people out and controlling the people. That's 100% what it is. The same thing with this virus that is out and all this other stuff. That's what they want to do. They want to control the populace. And this is one of the ways they've done it. They've been doing it since the Romani eras. So I'm just letting you guys know we're in trouble. We're in trouble. And what's going to matter is your ability to stay alive, your ability to protect yourself and your family. For those of you who live outside of the city, good for you. The more outside of the city, the better. For those of you who got vacation homes or whatever, and you can get out there in the Ozark or something and just get away from people, you might want to strongly consider that now. But for those of us that live in the city, there's just too many people. And if those trucks stop rolling in, everybody's gonna be breaking into everybody's house. There's gonna be a lot of deceased people. There's gonna be a lot of hungry children. There's not gonna be any relief. So this is going to lead, of course, to just violence on a scale we've never seen, and we've already seen an uptick in that. And once it hits its apex, you're just gonna see bodies in the street. I'm just telling you now. The thing about starvation is when you finally are able to access the products that make the food, it still will take you months in order to produce this product and then evenly distribute this product without it being total chaos. So you will still, like right now, there are people robbing trucks. Right now. If they can get a hold of one of these trucks, they don't even need to know what's in it. But a lot of times they know what's in it. They know if that truck has canned goods on it. That is going to be your major issue. I'm telling you, it's going to look like Mad Max. It really, really, really is. So you're going to have issues just traveling and then people stopping you on, very scenic routes, and it's just you and your dog. Next thing you know, there's a Chevy that's supposedly broken down. That Chevy ain't broken down. They're going to bring you to a screeching halt, and somebody's going to get out, probably a woman, and they're going to ask for help. And she's going to probably have a child, and I'm telling you now, it's going to be over for you. People are just going to come out of the woodworks, and they're going to jump right on that truck. Um, there have been trucks that have been robbed and the truck is moving. Okay? The truck's moving and they rob the truck. So a lot of that's going to happen. And until you get order, until you knock off all these bandits, until these people feel safe, and or you catch them and detain them in some kind of way, then that will just continue on for years. And if you don't believe that, go look at Mogadishu. Go look at what happened to Mogadishu. And then when we went over there in the 90s and we tried to stabilize Mogadishu, but the warlords had already taken it over. We went over there because they had genocide, so we tried to police them. And that's where the movie Black Hawk Down came in. That's a real story, except it was a lot worse than what, the movies made it. And I don't even know why they made that a movie, because it was just an embarrassment that our American soldiers were being dragged through the street dead. Because we went over there thinking we got all this equipment, we'll blow everything up. Well, that is not necessarily how war works all the time. Sometimes you don't know who to shoot at. And they didn't know who to shoot at until it was too late. A couple of RPGs took down the Black Hawks. Those guys were boots on the ground. They were surrounded. Some of them injured. Some of them already dead. They ran out of ammo. They got surrounded. That was it. Party's over. Your M16A2 air-cooled, that's it. You have no weapons. That's it. Everybody else got weapons. They just surrounded them, shot them all up, and then dragged them through the street. So, yeah. Yeah. And then, after that, being that it was so destabilized, what they did was, all the way up until today, is they became pirates. Now, another reason why they're pirates is because big oil companies are over in their land, and the oil companies they figure because we're over here, we don't have all these regulations that they have in America. Who cares what we do? So OSHA's not over there. So what they did was they, built these huge factories and didn't care about the waste. Well, when there's an oil spill that's right off the shore, it kills the animals, it kills the fish, and these people are fishermen and fisherwomen. This is how they live. So what did it do? It starved out the people. So they said, okay, if you guys want to keep, these shipping lanes going, and we don't have nowhere to produce any money, any food, anything like that, then we're going to start robbing you. And this is where the Tom Hanks movie came in, which was a real thing. And those pirates still exist today, and they're in full gear right now. They're weaponized, everything, because they're just like, why go back to just being fishermen when you guys started this imbalance? And that's what I'm talking about. Once this imbalance gets in the full tilt boogie, listen, Corona has displaced so many people. When they told everybody to go home, this was a mistake because people don't want to go back to work, right? So other people don't want to work for anybody else. So what happened to all of those people? They became entrepreneurs in one way or another. Now you have an uptick in gang violence. You know why that is? It's because all the people who were at work doing their work, they're no longer there. So where are they at? They're at home. So while all these people are at home, some of these people are like, you know what? All of you targets are walking around, nice watches, nice cars, nice this, nice that. So they scoped out the people, and that's what's going on. There's been open, blatant robbery by rival gang members who aren't even focusing on each other. They're focusing on you. They know what watches you have. They see what cars you're driving. the whole night. It is a free for all because all these people are at home. This is why you have home invasions and people are getting, killed and knocked out. Women are getting their asses beat. One woman got robbed right in front of her kid. She's pushing her kid in the carriage. I just went to her house. When she opened that little thing to go in, they followed her right in. Boom, just robbed her right there. That was it. There's no mercy out here. So don't expect it. You're not special. You can't catch it right now today. Okay? It's real out here. So I can't stress you how bad it's going to get. And when you have wealthy white people worried, asking these questions, what do you think is going to happen to the poor people? I'm poor. I know that I'm poor. I already know that I'm poor. Today I saw a guy, I was coming out of a grocery store, there's a guy right there, everything he had was on that bench. Everything he had was right there. That dude was happy, he was singing. I spoke to him, you know what I'm saying, shared, some chicken and drink, had a little convo, bugged out. Everything he had was right there on that bench. Hell, he might do better than the most of us because he's used to scrapping and scraping. And I'm telling you, that's what it's going to come down to. Boots on the ground, brass tacks. Do you have it or don't you? Can you survive a winter without all your amenities, your phone being cut off, your house, the electricity completely gone? You know what I'm saying? You got 2, 3 kids, all under the age of 10. Refrigerator, you can forget that. Banks are finito. Your 401k out the door. None of that's working. That's what's going to happen. So you're going to have to get yourself some water now. It wouldn't hurt to have the big old jugs of water. They're not expensive. You can get yourself about 5 of those, like right now. Like, fill 5 of those up and just have a boom, 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 5. Just 5 somewhere in the garage, whatever. Because pretty soon they're going to start robbing anything they can get a hold of. But if you can get yourself 5 of those, that'll last you a while. That'll last if you're smart. If nobody is flipping out and just kicking it over and letting it pour on the ground, and you're not giving it away to everyone. Hey, we got water. No, shut your mouth. You don't have water. Get yourself 5 of those. Boom. It wouldn't hurt if you knew how to make food off of the land that's around you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever is out there. Heck, some trees you can actually eat. Some tree bark you can actually eat. So, yeah, don't think everything has to come from Winn-Dixie or Kroger's or Po Folks or whatever the hell, Giant Eagle, whatever the hell you shop at. It's just not true. The land, has a lot to do with your sustainability. So you should learn about these things. There's some local things that you can eat. It ain't going to taste as good as you used to, and you probably ain't going to eat meat. Don't worry about it. If you can, still be functioning, still be able to, take care of yourself, you'll be all right. But you got to start thinking about these things. A big old bag of rice, what about this big? Not going to hurt you. Keep it in one of them barrels, with a food barrel. Yeah. Go in there every now and then, scoop out a cup. Get yourself some matches. Boom. There's wood. There's always wood around somewhere. Boom. Light the wood up. Boom. Light yourself a fire. Get yourself a little Bunsen burner. You got to start thinking like this now. You know what I'm saying? Just a little burner. That's all you need. You cook a whole dinner on that little burner. Get yourself a pot about yo big. Boom. Little burner. That rice, that rice will keep you. That rice will keep you. You can get yourself some potatoes. You can start growing potato plants. Well, just potatoes. So yeah, if you got a little patch of land, or if you want to grow it in your house, which is not a terrible idea. So everything else doesn't eat them. But yeah, nothing wrong with grabbing a potato and throwing it right in the dirt. Potato's already a seed. So yeah, potatoes will sustain you. Like that Matt Damon movie when he went to space. Like that's real. Potatoes will sustain you by themselves. So yeah, plant yourself some potatoes. Just different things that can, that'll feed you quickly. Got some green beans, boom. This stuff will feed you quickly and it'll keep producing. So as long as you're giving it plenty of sunlight, keeping the bugs away from it, you can have your own sustainable system. Now, the people who live in apartments like myself, it's harder to do that because I think that a lot of us will be driven out of our apartments. Now, where we're going to go, I don't know. But the thing about where I live is farmland is not that far. There are some places here that's not that far from here that are very kind of outskirtsy. You can get lost in the woods real quick. But if you don't know nothing about the woods, it'll be a nightmare for you. Fresh water. Where's the closest fresh water place to you? Do you even know? Do you know how to make fresh water? I mean, do you know any of that? Charcoal and straining it. I mean, because you can go to a lake and actually get some water out of a lake, and it doesn't have to be cleanest. And there's different filter systems that you can make out of a handkerchief. Kid you not. It's like 3 levels out of like a handkerchief. And you can get the stuff out of there all the way down to you get your, I don't know how much you're trying to get, but once you get a pot full, you can boil that and kill whatever's in there. And the rest of it, boom, it's drinkable. Cool it down, it's drinkable. So there is, there are very basic ways to get water. Out of a river, that's, the river's dirty. You can see that it's dirty. Well, your main concern is, hey, I got to drink some water. And, of course, amoebic dysentery and things along that line. Well, if you, follow a couple basic guidelines, you can scoop that water right out of there. And you can go ahead and use a couple filter systems. Boom. I've even seen one guy, these people made a container like this that they just went, boom, scooped the water right out, dirty ass water, and boom, it came out the other end, clean as a whistle. So there are filter systems around that are in cup size, so you guys look some of those up. I'm gonna look one of those up tomorrow because that could save your life. Just different things we need to focus on because gas price over here is 5 something. I've never seen that. So, and I drive 2 big ass Chevys. I don't go anywhere unless I have to. I don't. I used to go to the gym 3 times a week. I only go to the gym when I'm going to the grocery store. That's it. Me driving around looking for metal, I'm not doing that no more. I'm not doing that no more. So I just wanted to, talk about this stuff, guys, because it's coming down the pipe, and I've been talking about this for years. I don't have a lot of people that listen to my channel. But for those of you who are hearing my voice, do not be silly. Hurt my ears. It's a very real thing. And another thing is, it ain't gonna hurt you to learn this stuff. You keep it with you for the rest of your life. But what will hurt you is if you don't have some of these things and you're still relying on society and then everything falls down. That'll hurt you. You'll be going hungry for a long time, and when it's about 10 days and you're finished, you're not going to be, about 3 months, you're completely dead. Me with no food, no water. What, about 3 days, 4 days? That's it. Maybe a week or so, no water. It's just not a game you want to play. So learn how to filter water and learn how to grow just basic foods. I have a big old pot downstairs with some soil. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put that to work, and I'm gonna grab a potato, stick a potato in there, and see how long it takes to grow. Once again, a bug out bag wouldn't be a terrible idea to have a bug out bag. They start at about $100. They have all your essentials. And don't spend your money on nothing you don't have to. Don't go to the movies. Don't stop going out to eat. Stop that. Stop it. I'm warning you. Stop it. All your little extracurricular stuff, cut it out. You're going to need your money. Another thing is, if you have all your money in the bank, you might want to reconsider that. Because let's look what happened to Russia. When they sanctioned Russia, and the Russian people realized that they were sanctioned, what's the first thing they did? They ran to the bank. Everybody in the country ran to the bank. Even the Russians outside of that country ran to the bank, and they all pretty much banked at the same bank and its branches. What do you think happened? Do you think everybody got their money? Is that what you think? No, you can have 300,000 in there and go and, walk in the bank, I want 300,000. They'd be like, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Soldier Boy went into the bank and asked for 100 grand. They gave him 30. Told him to beat it. Black youngster went into the bank and said, hey, give me 250,000 or something like that. They gave it 200,000. They gave him the 200,000, called the police. The police came and took 100,000 away from him. Said they wanted to investigate it. Took his money, boom, 100,000 gone. The baby had 250,000 in his, he was in a hotel. Police came and arrested him. I'm not sure if they knew that's how much money they had in there, but do you think he got that money back? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Once these banks freeze up, you have the one woman who had a settlement of some type, and the bank was the money was automatically deposited into her account. She goes to the account and is like, I want to withdraw, so and so much money, and the teller gets the money together and looks at her and she says, I don't want to give you this money. That's what she told her, and then called the police on her, and then froze her bank account. until they're done investigating how she got this money. She got it from the state. They froze her. That white lady said she had the cash in hand. She said, I do not want to give you this money. Turn around, call the police on the chick, and froze her account. You're not special. They'll do it to you. And they freeze it until the investigation's over. That could take months. One guy hit the lottery and the bank took his money. He put a whole bunch of money in there and a lot of it was gone the next day with no explanation. I'm trying to tell you, if all your money is in the bank, where hard times comes, and everybody goes, we're all trying to get to these banks to get our money out, you're going to find out that your money is not in there. It's not. So I'm just telling you now, it wouldn't hurt if you had $500 on you. You got $500, you can wheel and deal. You might be able to, buy some extra food, catch a ride somewhere, get some medical, you got $500 and you got, $1,500, you're better. Another thing, coins. Wouldn't hurt if you see, if you see a penny, pick it up. Because metal is always going to be precious. I'm just trying to tell you. Nickel and silver's not going to go out of value. Copper, valuable. Okay? So these things are not going to, they may depreciate some, but they're still valuable. So yeah, stop looking at, loose change and going, I don't need that. Pick it up. Pick it up. Swallow your pride. So what? Somebody saw you pick up a dime. Tell them to suck it. Keep going. I'm just trying to tell you stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't go out and try to get some gold or whatever. Don't go spend your money on something. But yeah, so keep it basic. Keep your head on straight. Do some push-ups because it's good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Walk. Get your walk on. Don't just go and lift weights and think you're going to be okay. Your cardiovascular system got to be right. If it's not right, it don't matter how much weight you lift. If you have an exit plan, that's cool. If you don't, it wouldn't hurt to have one now. So, yeah, that's it. It's your boy, God loves you, so do I.